For starting the day with us. Great to have Jay Will back. Laura is here. Farnham is here. And how about Matt Barnes has made his way in studio?
You know what I like most about this? I'm just going to be really honest. You got two UCLA guys on this set. Finally, Jay Will gets to understand what it's like for the rest of us with all the Duke guys that we have talking hoop.
That's all right. Don't worry. Fear not. We'll bring Billis in at some point this morning just to make everyone feel better. All right. Let's get to the game of the night. And it was an interesting one. Warriors-Blazers game 2 at Oracle. Part 2 of the battle of the Curry brothers, and this one was a little more even than you might have thought. Seth's Blazers up 15 at the half, but in the third quarter, Farnham, here comes Steph.
Yeah, a nice little 5-0 run for Steph Curry here, and what you started to notice is the aggressiveness that you saw in the first half from Portland, it flopped, and the Warriors got out in the open floor. They were more aggressive. They moved well without the ball.
Yeah, that was the ensuing possession, so it's a 5-0 run, and then Clay gets in the act, and it's an 8-0 run, and then more from Klay Thompson and Jay Will. When these guys get hot, it gets very dangerous.
Their style is different when Kevin Durant is down on the floor. Look at the fluidity of their offense. Look at the passing. And this is what's beautiful about Golden State basketball.
It's a 13-0 run in less than 2 minutes, so they're right back in the game. Fourth quarter. Now we're tied at 92. And it is Seth Curry. How about him drilling the three? Portland up by 3, and then with Portland leading it by 4, it's Seth Curry again.
By the way, Mom and Dad had no idea who to root for.
Well, I mean, imagine the emotional roller coaster this is for them. Blazers up a touchdown. Later, Golden State still down by 7. It's Steph going by Seth for the lay-in. Say that 5 times fast. Warriors down 5. Later, Warriors still down 5. And look at this pass. Draymond, Iggy. Oh, look at that nice cut.
They get 3 of those a game. Everyone's so worried about Steph and Clay coming off down picks. The slips are always open.
Golden State down 3 after a couple free throws. A minute 10 to play. Blazers down 2. That's no good. And now we're going the other way. Bang! That is Steph again, knocking it down to Curry's parents. They don't know what to think. Ensuing possession. Portland is up by 1. Throwing it up and knocking it down is Kevon Looney. Warriors back up by 1.
Just great ball movement. They assisted on 71% of their made field goals last night.
40 seconds to go. Still a 1-point game. C.J. McCollum for the lead. No good. That's the shot that he hit to knock out Denver in the previous series. So now, same score, 20 seconds to go. Where's Golden State going to go for the bucket? Will it be Steph? Will he give it up? Oh, yes, he will. It's Draymond. The Warriors a 3-point lead. So that's your situation. 10 seconds to play. Portland down 3. Damian Lillard being guarded by Andre Iguodala. And look at the D all over. Some contact there the first time. Then the strip is clean the second. And that is all she wrote. Golden State comes from way behind and hangs on late to win. As we show you the replay, there was some contact before this that maybe could have been called. Right there, that piece of the play is definitely clean. And Golden State running away with a 114, 111 win in Game 2.
We stole that game. I thought they outplayed us for much of the night, but we brought enough competitive fire in the second half to overcome their great play.
Steph, take us inside Curry versus Curry.
This was like the coolest experience I think I've ever had playing, against him. For my parents, I know we've talked about it the whole series, and these last 2 games, it's probably nerve-wracking as heck for them, but it worked out perfectly tonight. He played well, and we won.
I tell you what a remarkable time this is for that family. In the meantime, the Warriors are 15-1 in the playoffs when Steph scores at least 35. That is the best record of its kind in NBA history, according to the Elias Sports Bureau. So there's a lot to be said about this game, both big picture and small. Let's start small. What was your primary takeaway from last night?
I just don't think Portland has enough gas in the tank to get them to where they want to go. They just seem dead tired. Dame Lillard even said it, that he is dead tired physically and mentally, and their defense was abysmal. I mean, Golden State shot 51% from the field, and a lot of these are out PNRs, the same thing we saw in the first game.
To me, what I stood out about this game was just very simple. This was a game that the Trailblazers had to win. Game 1, they didn't play well. They turned the ball over. They were sloppy. Dame Lillard didn't play well. Game 2 was a different story. Dame played pretty well over the course of the game offensively. He controlled the game in the first half, didn't force his offense. C.J. McCollum was outstanding, and they still lost. They made 18 3-point shots last night, and they lost this game. Tell me how they win. I mean, that becomes a question. How do they win a game?
Defense would help. But you have Dame Lillard chasing around Stephen Curry the whole game. That's the problem. That takes away his legs offensively.
I think it's a tale of two halves. I think Portland came out and hit Golden State in the mouth in the first half, but when Kerr talked to them at halftime, they regrouped and then came out strong. When Golden State is playing defense and then their offense speaks for itself, they're hard to beat.
So, Matt, a lot of people, though, are talking about this maybe being a sweep for the Warriors, but you actually do think that the Trailblazers...
I don't know if it'll be a sweep. I think Portland has a lot of pride. Dame's one of the best leaders in the game, and Portland is a very tough place to play. So I wouldn't be surprised if they got game 3 or 4, but it's definitely Warriors in probably 5 or 6.
Warriors looking to head on to the final. Go ahead, Jay, final thought.
Just when you see Myers Leonard, when you see Harkless, when you see their bigs, they can't guard the action that Golden State runs because they're trying to get out there and blitz a pick and roll. And that's when all these different slips that, Matt, you alluded to, that's where they occur. That's where they rotate the ball. Just the way they play with the versatility of their offensive pieces, they're too much for Portland.
There was a lot more going on than just the game last night, though. The other big storyline here, of course, that the Warriors are playing without Kevin Durant, and there is an overall feeling they probably could win this series without Kevin Durant, but maybe not the championship. Well, the news gets worse because the Warriors announced that Durant will not play in games 3 and 4 in Portland and will be reevaluated in a week. Steve Kerr admitted after the game last night the injury to the right calf is worse than they originally thought.
Just trying to hold down the fort, and hopefully he continues to progress, and he has made progress, but it's a little more serious than we thought at the very beginning. So we'll see where it all goes.
We can't sit and look over our shoulder and say, "Hey, man, when's K going to be back?" We just got to play. With whatever we got to play and give him an opportunity to get back.
We're confident we can win, but we would much rather have him, playing. So we're gonna hold the fort down until he gets back and go win, another championship with our full squads.
What a fascinating little narrative is being set up here. And Matt, I'm going to start with you because as I listened to those comments, particularly, you played with these guys. You were there for this particular iteration in Golden State. So I've been phrasing it wrong the last couple of days. The Warriors are not better without Kevin Durant, but they look like they're having a better time when they play without Kevin Durant. What are you seeing?
I think the ball just finds energy. I think what's always made the Warriors so dangerous is you have to hold everyone accountable because everyone's touching the ball. Sometimes like Houston where James Harden's dribbling the air out of the ball, maybe guys may not be ready or have a rhythm to shoot, but with Golden State, the ball finds energy, it finds an open guy, and the guys are always making the right play, and then, the Splash Brothers are, back to their normal dominance.
Which begs the question, what do you think KD's mindset is this? And Jay, obviously you know him better than anybody at the table. What is your sense of what he's thinking as he's watching this?
Well, obviously he wants his team to win. There was an iconic picture of him, cheering in game 1. But I saw something last night that I'm not speaking for him, but for me, it kind of bothered me because, and we're going to show the video, Stephen Curry was on the free throw line. And granted, Steph is an incredible player. He's MVP caliber, 2-time MVP. Take a listen to what the fans are cheering.
Why does that bother you?
Well, because now it takes me to the point where it's like, okay, could this ever really be my team? And I feel like if you're a basketball player, that's Kevin Durant's team, right? But from the outside looking in, as a fan, fans still see it as Stephen's team. Yeah. And I don't care what anybody says, that has to sit with you in some kind of form or capacity.
But he knew that when he signed there. But this isn't new. It's not like Steph Curry all of a sudden
back-to-back finals MVP.
Yeah. Okay, no, that's fine. Okay, but you're talking about regular season MVP. You're talking about Steph Curry. You're talking about this organization turning when he got there and taking it to the level in which we see now. He joined a team that already had won an NBA championship that was led to an NBA championship with Steph Curry. So it's not to me, that's not really that big of an issue because they're showing love to a man that has helped resurrect an organization to a point where now they are considered a dynasty.
I understand
but their intention and the way it is received can easily be two different things. Yes. 2 weeks ago, we were talking about whether or not Kevin Durant has become the best player in the world. Last night, the fans were chanting MVP at one of his teammates.
I think
it's an interesting scenario.
Like you said, you take it how you want to take it, but at the end of the day, these people love their team, but Steph is their guy. Steph is someone they drafted. Steph helped them get the first championship. Sean's right. KD made them a distinguished dynasty. But no matter what happens, this will always be Steph's team. KD is the best player in the world, best player on the team, but it's Steph's team.
But that begs the question, does that inform KD's future? When everyone says, well, why would he leave that circumstance? That's a pretty good reason why he might leave that situation.
And look, I don't think any decision has been made yet. I think this is a series of ebbs and flows. So if this is an ebb or a flow, I mean, in that particular moment, I think it affects you. Look, two things can be true at once, Sean.
Right.
You can have Stephen Curry be the guy that built the franchise. You can also have Kevin Durant be the best player. But Matt, we know this too. We all know this. You have your own ego. We all have major egos, right? And to be Kevin Durant, look, I'm Kevin Durant.
He checked that ego when he signed there, though.
No, he did not. I think it's grown.
Yes, he did.
It's grown because he's coming to his own man there as well. Same way LeBron James went down to Miami. He found out what an organization is. He became his own man. The same thing's happening to KD in this situation with Golden State.
I just don't think he really knows. I think right now he's focused on winning a championship, and I honestly don't think right now Kevin Durant knows what am I going to do, and that's fine.
I agree.
I think it's up to us to leave speculation and talking points and everything, but I think Kevin is in the moment, wants to get healthy and wants to win another championship.
Correct. But just to sort of finish up the thought, that suggests that what happens from here on out could influence what he decides to do.
Everything's playing a part in it.
Now, reading mark my words, they'll beat Portland, but they will not beat the Milwaukee Bucks without Kevin Durant.
Well, we will continue to see
too big and difficult.
how his health is. And we're 11 minutes into the show. We haven't talked about Zion yet, so we're going to change.